everybody, and welcome to ButchyBoom Grows. This is episode 3, and we're live right here in a viewer's kitchen. I'm so friggin' excited, I can't even tell you. So if you see behind us here, I'm in somebody else's kitchen. It's a different background than what we're used to, but that's okay. We still got a show to do, okay? So, like I said, we're live on location. We're in the kitchen. We're cooking edibles. So you got to stick around. We got them in the oven right now. We tried to get it done before the show started, but, you know, things just worked out not so good for us to get it done on time. But it'll be done before the end of the episode. So you got to stick around to find out, okay? We're going to wrap that up also in another video and put that out Wednesday at 7 o'clock, just so you know, okay? Before we get too started and get too far ahead of ourselves, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It really means so much. It's a big help. It shows your appreciation. You know that we hope to build a true interactive channel here, folks. We want your community, the community, to help and support us. Be a part of our channel. Engage in the chat, in the comments if you're able to. We know it's going to take some time to get going. We know that YouTube is making it a little difficult for us to get out there because of our subject matter content. But that's okay. We're going to do it anyway, and you guys are going to help, okay? So, again, we're recording live right now, episode 3, in somebody's kitchen. It's a viewer. We're happy. We're making edibles. We're having a great old time here, okay? I just want you to remember, as always, we're going to pause to end episode 3, and then we're going to pick up, and we're going to have like a little exchange at the end. You meet and greet if you want to. So don't go anywhere. Stay a little bit longer. We'll have some Q&As if you're around. Otherwise, we're going to end it, and we're going to re-rack this video and get it back up, okay? So we want to get back to the news here really quick. All right, so MRTA. The board hasn't issued any guidance as of yet. I don't know what they're waiting for. September 30th is coming so fast, and that's the day we're waiting for, September 30th. What are they waiting for? Do you know? Tell me, because I would like to know, okay? And, you know, whatever. But I have some other breaking news that I want to talk to you about. So I want to bring you news that's coming from around New York State and around, you know, how this industry is going to be growing and booming. And this is very special to me because this is very local, okay? Cerrone Builders, look what they want to do. They want to construct a huge facility here in Saratoga County. And we're not just talking anywhere in Saratoga County, folks. We're talking right here in Wilton, New York. At 1588, 1590 Route 9 in Wilton. This is supposed to be a huge, gigantic facility. This is going to be something that's going to expand our area. It's going to bring jobs that we need. It's going to be humongous. You know, congratulations, Saratoga County. Last week it was Ulster County. We talked about Ellenville. They got a program going in over there. This week it's Saratoga County. And before I get too far ahead, if you know of news that is happening in the industry, let me know. You can send it at info@butchyboom.com, info@butchyboom.com. Let me just tell you, this is no small chump change kind of a thing, folks. This is a $4 million project. There's big money going on here, folks. But which brings the question of the equityness of this program. So, you know, we know MRTA was based upon equity. They want to give the little guy a chance. So how the hell are all these big guys coming in here and doing all this? We're happy. We're grateful. I don't want to bring politics into the channel, but let's be real about it. This is not equity. We need equity means going into the neighborhoods and getting the people who have been convicted, who have had problems with the law before unfairly, to be in here helping show these guys how to actually do this, because believe it or not, they know how. So I'm hoping we're going to see more of that stuff. Okay, so let's move on past the news. There's no other news in MRTA. There's nothing new in the from the board. They haven't given us any new regulation. So we're just going to move on. All right. So last week we talked about we need to start planting our garden. I encouraged you to look for a spot, write it down on paper, figure out where you want to put your garden. Okay. So, you know, it's not as easy as it sounds because we have to maintain security. We have to make sure everything is convenient. We have to make sure that we have access to the facilities such as electric and water and ventilation. We've got a lot to worry about between now and September 30th. So we're going to continue to move this on along. Okay. And we're going to talk more about tents next week. Okay. But we have something else that we want to talk about, and it's the lighting requirements, because it's really big and there's a lot of confusion over it. So I really want to make sure that everybody knows what you need for proper lighting. Okay. So it's not as simple as what it sounds. There's a whole bunch, depending upon who you talk to. But the standard advice is 32 to 50 watts per square foot of grow space. Excuse me. What does that mean? I'm not an electrician, but most folks say that it's 25 watts if you grow in a space that's dedicated to a vegetative. That's all you need. Okay. So again, the numbers are all over the place. How much lighting do you need per square footage? There's no real math to it. There's a lot of guesswork to it. It's a lot of trial and error. So for instance, if we're working in a 3x3 space, in theory, you want a light that's going to draw somewhere between 225 watts and 450 watts if you're flowering. So 225 in veg, 450 in flowering. The more light, the merrier in flowering. So we know that that's the point where we change it from our regular growth cycle to usually a 12 and 12. Okay, so we want more juice during that time. A common mistake, this is big, is people measure the grow room itself and not what the canopy is. And that's what we're really worrying about, is we're worried about what the footprint of the canopy is. So there's a point where you can have too much light or too little. So for example, this is a big space. If you have a 5x5 and your canopy is 4x4, you don't need a grow light capable of doing that 5x5. That's completely overkill. So that's going to run that meter. That thing is going to be spinning. There's no stopping the damn thing. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're trying to get your calculations. Now, is it better to err on the side of caution and get a little more than what you need? Probably, because LEDs over time lose efficiency. So you may want to consider going a little bit extra than what you need, but you don't have to you don't have to break the bank, folks. Okay, so most flowering plants, they grow best 20 to 30 watts of power per square foot. That's really not a lot when you stop and think about it. If you're talking HPS, that could be that's another meter spinner. Boy, that thing is good. It's a 2-finger spin. That's a fast one. Okay, so too much light is just as bad as not having enough, because you can, you wipe your plants out. They don't know what the hell's going on. It's too hot. It's too much light. And they can only absorb so much. That chlorophyll, that's where the light's coming from. So it's a whole chemical process, and we give it too much light, we disrupt it. So don't do too much light. Again, you can do a little over, do your math. If you're not that good at math, if you look on the internet, and we're going to try to put something at ButchyBoom.com, the little calculator of sorts, we're going to try to help you figure it out. And if you don't know, and if we can't figure it out, you've got to ask a question in the comments or come here to the live sessions and start talking, folks, because we can't help you if you're not asking questions, okay? Let's just be real about it. So let's move on. So if you're growing in a 5x5 and your plants need 20 to 30 watts of square footage and your canopy is 4x4, then you only need 320 to 480 watts of light growing. Okay, so of grow lights. 320, the lower end of the spectrum. Again, keeping in mind that the lights, the effectiveness of your LEDs will go down. Just like with HPS, over time, the more you use them, the lower they're going to get. And I know the manufacturers are going to say, what are you selling people? It's the truth. It's the truth. They wear out. They wear out. So if you're planning on using LEDs, which I strongly recommend, because they use so much less power and you get more bang for your buck, because the wattage that they're putting out, the light is it's not 450 watts it's putting out, but it may take 150 watts to put 450 out. If you get what I'm not an electrician, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. And so the key is just making sure that you have enough light to cover the area that you want, a little extra. We're going to get into pruning techniques that'll help you be able to get your light down into your plants, because if the light's not getting down inside the plant, what good is it, right? So we got to help you with that. We're going to get into this too a little bit more. Some manufacturers have a couple of different wattage specifications. They display it as wattage and actual wattage. And it's enough to make your head explode. It's how do you figure this stuff out for the common everyday person? I don't know. We take it and we play it by ear and we say, oh, this seems to work and this doesn't. LED grows, or their lights are very efficient. They'll display, the manufacturers will give you a whole scheme of different equivalents. So this is equivalent to an HPS of this wattage. For example, you see this one here on the screen. It says it's equivalent to 1,000 watts. but it's only using 646 watts of electricity to generate it. So LEDs are going to give you the more light per. So I know that the jury's still out. There's a lot of people who say one way or the other. It is what it is. We got a couple of minutes and we're going to be hearing the oven go off, and I got to pull out some edibles that we were making, and I teased that in the thumbnail. And again, we're going to, and at the beginning of the video here, and we're going to have to re-rack this, but we're going to pull them out, and I'm going to try to sample live here on our channel right now. Okay. As soon as they're ready, about 4 or 5 minutes. So let's just continue. So 320 to 480 watts of growing lighting. You choose the LED route. You're going to only need 320 to 480 watts. To me, it's very simple. So you have to figure that part of it out. How much grow lights do you need? You need to know, again, your square footage. You're not looking at the square footage of your tent. You're looking at the square footage of what you're looking at your canopy to be. Again, and a lot of that has to do, a lot has to do with the pruning techniques. Are you doing some kind of a guerrilla method? Are you doing some kind of a field of green method? Are you doing, well, there's the Cushman chiropractic, chops. Are you doing that kind of thing? We're going to figure that out, but that all figures into what you're going to do for lighting. So we're going to talk to you about that a little bit more. And speaking of lighting, wow, this is huge for us, folks, and we're very, very excited. Okay. We were approached by a major supplier who offered to sponsor a video regarding overlighting. We are so grateful. We can't wait. Well, the deal is not finalized. It looks like we'll be unboxing and demoing a light for our viewers. This is amazing. We love it. If you got something you want us to demo for you, we'll do it. Absolutely. P.O. Box 46, Greenfield Center, New York, 12833. Send it. Let me know in an email that what's coming. We'll be looking forward to it. We hope that's going to happen sooner rather than later. We can't hold off forever on talking about and unboxing the light. So, while you're figuring out your tents, backing up to the last episode, we talked about tents and figuring out your square footage of where you're going to be putting things and writing it down on paper using a tape measure. Strongly recommended. Think about where you want your canopy to cover. It's not going to cover the whole 3x3. So if you got a 3x3, it's a 2x2 area. So figure a foot on top. That's what you're looking to cover. So because that's where you want the most of your lighting to come, is down from the top and hit those top beautiful big, and make those big colas that comes up off the top and make them big, beautiful trichomes. That's what we want. So, oh yeah, we want those. Oh yeah, we want that stuff. And have you ever had those little white foxtails that come off them? I'll tell you, that's amazing. That's supposed to be pure. That's supposed to be the bee's knees, folks. Okay, so channel support. Let's get into channel support. We need your support. We need support. Okay, I love YouTube. YouTube has been wonderful to us. I'm very grateful. But they make it very hard to push our videos because of the subject content. That means that that's right, I'm talking to you. Don't look over your shoulder, not the guy behind you, or this way over here, or the lady behind you over here, or over here. I'm talking to you. You need to help share our channel. You need to get the word out. You need to let people know about our streams. We need to make this as popular as we possibly can. Folks, there's a lot of people out there who don't know what the heck they're doing. And we may not know either. So we all need to learn together, and we want to help one another. And we're going to build a community here by hook or by crook. And we're going to do it with you helping by spreading the word and engaging in these chats, because that's what makes things work here. Okay? So it's up to you and me. We have to advertise this channel to bring viewers in. We just have to. There's no boos, ifs, ands, or buts about it. We all have a responsibility to do it. I need your help. They say, ask for what you need. I'm asking. I need your help to make this work. Okay? I'm asking. Tag us on all your videos. Let everybody know you love us. And we're going to be here. Okay? It's going to be word of mouth that spreads everything around for us. That's going to get us going. Okay? So I have another channel announcement I want to bring. We've got this buzzer that's going to go off here in the back in a minute. So I'm going to have to go back here and talk to you while I'm doing the live feed and pulling stuff out. Okay. Let's see. So we want to bring live guests into our feeds. In fact, it's a must. We have to do that because I think that we need to be hearing from our viewers, okay? We had a viewer send in a recipe that we're cooking. We're at a viewer's house now that we are actually cooking the stuff in, okay? So we want to do stuff, okay? We want you to appear if you have something for our viewers. If you don't have something for our viewers and you just want to come in and shoot the Willy Bobo, come on in and hang out. We want you here, okay? This is what we're here for, okay? So joining our live feeds is easy. We want you to participate in our live feeds and our chats. It's really important, okay? If we're active on the channel, YouTube will have no choice but to push us. And that's what this is about. We need to get YouTube to get out of the way and let ButchyBoom move forward because we've got a lot to learn and a lot to talk about here. And we don't need to be stifled by keywords that Uber or that the YouTube says you can't use because, well, let's just move on with that before I get off on it. So as I talked to you about, we are on a different location here. We are cooking with flour, folks. This is a great time. It's my first time, and I told you guys, I'm not big in flour. I had a cookie. In fact, it was right here at this very location, and that was gut-wrenching for me. I'm not looking forward to repeating it, but this is a brownie. So this is going to be a special brownie. And not only that, but I'm told I got 4 seconds, but there's somebody that I know very well that I'm so surprised. Oh, we've got a buzzer going. So live, here we go. I'm going to have to switch over. This is a recipe, by the way, that was sent in by EP from Malacca, Minnesota. Safety is our #1 priority, so I'm using a pot handle, okay? And I got to check these things. Somebody else's oven that I don't know how to use. I'll figure it out, though, folks. They won't call me ButchyBoom for nothing. How's that work? Oh, not good enough. Okay, this looks beautiful, folks. Let's pull this out. And hot. Let me show you what this looks like. I don't know. This is hot. I'll tell you it's hot, folks. It's hot. All right. I got to stop this thing. But do you see how beautiful that is? I can't wait. We're going to try these live on the air, folks. The ButchyBoom dance. Can you do the ButchyBoom dance? I'm going to do the ButchyBoom dance. I can set these right here. There we go. So now I got to hit that stove and close this because it's going to make us all nuts. All right. I'm being pointed at. What? There's a burner on. Okay. I think we're good. Somebody else's kitchen, folks. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. So we got these brownies. And they want me to talk about these brownies. They want me to talk about them. I want to eat the damn things because I don't like edibles. So I'm anxious to see what this is like. Okay. I want to show you again. Here, wait. It's funny that right is left, left is right on TV. And by the way, folks, do you know a lot of our videos are made for big TV? They look great. Okay. So thank you to EP in Minnesota, Malacca, up in the middle of no man's land. Cold, the land of mosquitoes, lots of lakes. Thank you so much. No wonder you need those brownies. If you have a recipe you want us to use, share it. Send it in to us at info@butchyboom.com. We'll try to make it. Maybe you'll invite us to your house to make it. We'll bring the stuff to go in it, the main ingredient. You cook it. Or show us how to cook it and we'll film it, okay? All right? I don't know. I got people laughing at me. So we've got these fresh chocolate brownies. And I don't know what I'm doing that people are laughing. And that's all right. We're just going with it, folks, because we're here. We're having a great time on ButchyBoom.com. All right? So while I'm not a fan of edibles, I do keep an open mind. And we have to, you know, they are big. They're huge. We taped the video on how to cook these things. And I'm going to try them in a couple of minutes. And I don't know if I really should, if I dare, but I'm going to. We're going to re-rack this thing, and we're going to make this all coming together for you in some kind of a video package we're going to put out some one way or another on Wednesday at 7 p.m. So up above in the community thing there up above, we're going to have some kind of an announcement. You see my hand? Make sure you keep an eye on that community feed. Folks, we need engagement, okay? So subscribe, share. I want you to know if you made these brownies. I'm going to share in the video what the recipe was. I got noise in the background from the peanut gallery. We're live, folks. You know what I mean? So what are you supposed to do with that? You're in somebody else's house. Subscribe, please, please, please. Spread the word. We really need you to spread the word. I really think that this is probably going to be one of our very best videos for this series. I really, truly do. I really, truly do. Next week, I know I promised on the thumbnail that we were going to talk more about indica versus sativa. We're going to get into that debate, the whole hybrid debate. What's better? Should we be blending? Should we be just doing whatever comes, whatever we get? Is there really a difference? It depends on who you talk to. So, we're not going to get into the sativa. For those of you who feel cheated, let me just tell you, for basic stuff, come back next week and we're going to get more into it, okay? But sativa. Very nice, happy, heady. Hi. Indica, nice and couch, kind of, you're a couch potato kind of thing. You know what I mean? And the hybrid is a kind of little in between. You're up and you're down, sort of like a bipolar kind of a thing, but it's, you know what I mean? That's what it is. You got to come back next week. We're going to talk about that and so much, much more. I can't wait. This is so much friggin' fun. I love it. Sometimes I feel like I'm just talking to the YouTube first because YouTube, I love you, YouTube. I want to get back on this rant for one more thing. You have to help us. You got to help spread the word. Facebook, Twitter. I'm talking to you guys too. I follow a lot of you folks. You guys follow me. I want you guys to put your money where your mouth is. If you're going to follow me, follow our videos. Otherwise, unsubscribe. That's what I'm telling you, because that's what we're about. We're about building a community. I don't want you tagging onto our coattails. We're building a community here. Our community doesn't want you just lagging around. So you have to participate, grow, or go at ButchyBoom.com. And we have our own Facebook group at ButchyBoom. So make sure you go there and check it out on Facebook. Okay? We love you. We want you to be here. We want everybody. If you got 1 day experience growing, no experience growing, you're just looking into it. These laws are brand new. We're growing and changing right with this law. Don't forget, we're dropping that video at 7 o'clock on Wednesday. We're really looking forward to it. We're looking forward to trying these brownies. Wednesday is going to be the video at 7 o'clock. I just want to make sure. We have it up on the banner, so you see it already. So we're going to see everybody next Saturday at 7 p.m. regardless. So you guys better be here. I know because my statistics tell me if you're not. Okay? With that said, I can't believe I'm going to do this. If you're sticking around for the After the Show, we're here right now on the After the Show. Welcome to ButchyBoom's After the Show. I want to see some chats happening in the After the Show. But I know that's not going to happen because I see that we have, just a couple of viewers. What am I supposed to do? Have some brownies, what I'm going to do. It's still really hot. They say you're supposed to let that shit cool off, but we're going to dig into it now because, I want to try these. Does this look a little obnoxious? So the brownies look like they're pulling apart from, do I have to wait for the rest of this to be recorded? I have to wait for the rest of this to be recorded. I almost dug in because we have to make these brownies. So if you guys want to stick around, we're going to do this right now. We're going to finish off this episode. So you're going to get a sneak peek at the end. And we're not going anywhere. So here's our brownies. Do we want that camera on too? We just want this camera here. So here's our brownies. I'm just going to loosen it up from the side of the pan. Folks, if I happen to expel some excrement out of my mouth as a result of this, I'm trying not to say the word because YouTube, you got to be very careful of the words you use. Let me get rid of that banner. You have to be careful because they'll ban you for anything. Not ban you, but monetizing. We make our money. We do these videos at our pleasure, and this is not anything for you guys. This is about YouTube. They won't let us monetize our videos. What does that mean? It means show commercials on our videos if we're talking about certain topics that somebody feels that's not worthy. So while we love YouTube to death, and I love you guys, I'm so grateful to be monetized. It'd be great if you guys would watch our redo of our videos that we do. Every time we do a live show, we redo these videos to put them back out, and then they are monetized because they don't have all the tagging and the keywords associated. I almost stabbed myself that's associated with the video, with the live feed. So we need to tag it to insanity to get you guys to come in, and then I have to put it in my playlist, and hopefully somebody will find it along the way. So that's just a little unfair considering we're talking about medical. We're not talking recreational, although they are synonymous. There's one and the same. There's really no difference. Let's get some brownies. So I'm going to cut this. Okay. I love New York. I'm sorry, folks. If you don't like it, I love New York. Remember that old commercial? I love New York. I love New York. And I've lived everywhere. I've lived in friggin' Texas. Yuck. I'm going to be frank. I've lived in Georgia. I've lived in Iowa. I've lived all over the place. New York is my place, okay? Sorry, Texas. I love you guys. Your food is phenomenal, but sometimes things just get a little too crazy. That may be a very big piece for me. But let me find. I'm going to use this little bowl that we have set aside that we were going to use for mixing the eggs in, but I decided to do it this way. So I'm just going to put that little piece in. Oh, why not? No balls, no glory, right? Isn't that what they say? Who says that? I don't know. My mom used to say it. So I guess it's okay for me to say I need to. Oh, Lord. Well, here we go. It's my first piece of brownie. It's an edible, folks. The last time I ate an edible was in this kitchen. And I had to run outside. It was just terrible. This is hot. This is a hot brownie. I should let them cool for a couple hours. Not quite seaweed. A little nutty. You know, somebody I talked to before I did the video, she seems to be quite knowledgeable on how to cook these things. I won't say her name because she doesn't want her name mentioned. That shit's fucking good. Pardon my F word. We'll cut that out of the re-rack. But that's not bad. I can taste the flour. And it's got a little aftertaste. Yeah. Let's try another piece. Only on ButchyBoom, folks. Are we eating special brownies on ButchyBoom? Not, I'm not, actually, it's not bad. I don't know how much you're supposed to eat. What happens? You hear all these stories, but you don't know. I've never experienced any of the out-of-bodiness and stuff like that. So if anybody has, let me know in the comments. And these are brownies. We're going to put the recipe up Wednesday at 7 p.m. Let's try it again. It doesn't taste bad. Part of my mouth full. Trying to chew. You know, that's not bad. That's really not. So, with that said, folks, I can see our viewers are picking up a little bit, and I'm hesitant about heading away. But I have to end the show pretty soon. But not before I try another piece of brownie. You know, it's not bad. As somebody, like I said in the last show, I'm not a big edible person. But this isn't bad. It's not bad. Tastes good. It blends in. These are double chocolate. Again, the recipe is going to be chewy. There's our brownies. Some ice cream would probably go good. Some chocolate syrup. You never know the difference. But anyway, back to that lady I was telling you about. She's got a lot of knowledge. Doesn't want to come on the show with her face, but she's willing to come on with a blur and a question mark. So we're going to bring her in to help give us some pointers on how to bring out everything that we need, what we're looking for when we're cooking. This is empty. What we're cooking. Because, ow, that's hot. Safety is our #1 priority. But this stuff is pretty good. It's pretty good. And she knew what she was talking about. I was just going to dump the flour in. Glad I didn't do that. It'd be like chewing on seaweed. But that's not bad. I got the peanut gallery behind me here taking the brownies. So it must not be all that bad. Folks, thank you so much for coming to ButchyBoom, hanging with us. This is a wonderful time. I don't know why I still have that scroll going across the bottom. We're still getting used to this. I want to be in your kitchen next time. Or soon. I'll bring the stuff. You cook. Show us how it's done. We'll record it. We'll have a good time. We'll have some cold beverages. We'll partake a little bit. It should be fun. Whatever your situation is. And I know that they're sweet and they're savory. So we're looking for all that kind of stuff. And if, again, one more time, if you know of anything that's going on around the state of New York that's newsworthy, info@butchyboom.com, info@butchyboom.com. And if you just want to say hello, info@butchyboom.com. I keep telling you, info@butchyboom.com. That's it. I'm going to enjoy my brownies. Till next time.